From Universal Studios Hollywood, welcome to Home and Paintings sell for $30,000. She's compared to some of the greatest expressionists in history. She lectures at the National Art Conferences, and get this, she's just 11 years old. Welcome, Autumn Forrest. The most mature 11-year-old I have ever met.
Thank you.
We have some footage we want to share of you in action painting. Let's take a look at this, and then here's Autumn.
She is a child prodigy and has been called an artistic genius, and debuting on the Discovery Channel and selling more than $100,000 worth of paintings.
Yeah, here's the catch. She's 8.
I started just taking a little canvas, a little stain I just started, and I realized how fun it was. My grandmother gave me a little Barbie from 7 Year Itch of Marilyn Monroe.
DeForest, who spoke before a crowd of Benjamin School elementary students this afternoon, was the youngest artist ever featured at the National Art Education Association's annual convention. Her paintings sell anywhere from $1,200 to $26,000.
In 25 years, I have not seen a child prodigy who has her own vision, who has such an incredible insight about the world, and also has the ability to show us her vision.
I want to inspire others. I want to inspire others with my art.
You're so amazing.
Well, I thought at 5, almost 6, I thought, well, you know, I've been through my toddler phase, so I want to do something to help the world. Here's your painting, Miss Wendy. I hope you enjoy it as much as I love doing it. Bye.
Yeah. Wow.
I've taught myself. I've never went to a specific art class.
Not at all.
No.
And how many paintings do you think you have done in your career so far?
I would say hundreds. Hundreds.
All right. I love that you use the word career.
Career.
She's 11, and she's. What do you see? Like when obviously you paint portraits, but when you're just creating, do you see it? Do you feel it? Is it a process?
Yeah.
Well, I paint all different kinds of things. I paint portraits, and I paint abstract, expressionist, and when I do paint, I feel as though that it's almost carrying me, almost like a maze. When you do a maze until you hit a line, and then you say, okay, that's a little mistake, and then you go up and you just start doing it again and let it carry you until the end. And I feel as though that's my process in painting. I just let the brush carry me. And I love being inspired by artists and
like who?
Andy Warhol, Jackson Pollock, William de Kooning, Picasso, Van Gogh, Jasper Johns, Dali, George O'Keeffe. I mean, it goes on and on.
Goodness.
Yes, when somebody sees it, they might say, oh, wow, that looks like an Andy Warhol. That almost looks like a Jackson Pollock. But it has her own twist on it. It's not exactly the same.
And you've been to schools to teach, to talk to students?
Yes.
From students from kindergarten all the way on up to adults?
Yes, and I've also been asked to speak at Harvard University.
Oh, have you, or is
Yes.
this in the future?
I've been asked to. I'm going to, but not quite yet.
What's your message?
We're setting it up. My message to kids would be, whatever you love, you can do it too, whether it's painting, whether it's basketball, whether it's a sport, whatever you love, you can do it too. Just focus on how much you love it more than how good you are.
You are an inspiration, an extraordinary person.
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to teach us. We're going to go out in our backyard. So we're going to do a process called pole painting. Is this
Yes.
something that you've thought up yourself?
Yes, I made this technique up, and it's just a really interesting technique because you put just strips of paint on one side of the painting. You take the long wire, and you just pull it across the painting, and you can have different colors, and that will make it really blend in and have the colors almost talk to each other.
And can we pick any colors over here?
Sure.
You want to start showing us the process?
Sure. Why don't you pick about 4 colors since it's your birthday?
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so
Birthday
sweet.
girl.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to do the first pull to give you an idea of. So
You put it on top of each other?
yes, yes,
Oh.
and
Okay.
So I'll just use these two for now.
And you would like just the small one, the big one?
Sure, I'll just use this. Okay. And start about 1 inch right behind the paint, and to just give you a little wiggle room, and then you slowly go across.
Now, how did you come up with this technique?
Well, my mother was dusting, and she was...
Your mother was dusting, of course she was. Oh my gosh.
And she had a long duster with the duster on top, and she was dusting the cabinets, and I thought, how interesting would it be to use that, but on a canvas?
Do you have an atmosphere that you create? Is it day, night? Do you get up in the middle of the night and go, I'm inspired?
Yes, sometimes I'll get up in the middle of the night and I might have a dream that inspires me, and I will say, oh my gosh, I want to go paint. I want to go paint because this is such a great idea. And sometimes I'll just see my mother and I can be driving in the car and I see a sign and I think, wow, that could be a great thing to paint.
What are you doing out there?
Christina, this is amazing. I'm having conversations with Autumn. I have to remind myself she's 11, and she's talking about the energy that she's transferring into this and what she sees and how she creates with different emotions and just where the flow is in all this. I can't believe that you're 11 and doing this. Ta-da! We are back. I need a cut.